Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I guess today I just kind of want to talk about everything in crypto and Trump that is honestly, it's more than I thought. Like going into 2025 and knowing that he was elected, knowing that he got like a lot of the support from the crypto community, I honestly and before he even got into office, I remember seeing, like, all these Reddit posts and, like, online, people were talking about how, like, "Get ready, get ready for it to be a little bumpy." So, I was expecting a lot of things to be happening, but this is just, like, a lot more than the a lot that I was already prepared for, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, coming into this stream, please remember it is never financial advice here. Do your own DD, entertainment purposes only. But if you do enjoy my videos, please make sure to smash that like button and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any of my future videos. I also post like 10 videos a day if you want to check out my short video. So thank you for that. And thank you guys for 20,000 subscribers. Headed my way to 100,000 to get my silver play button. So thank you for being a part of that if you already subscribed. Hi there, Henry. Yay, you made it to one of my live streams. So yeah, honestly, I guess today I just want to talk about like all this stuff I'm hearing about. And I mean, let me know if you know more about this or some of the stuff that I've been hearing is like not true because it's just whew, it's wild. So I just was watching like this Bloomberg post on YouTube, and they were talking about how they find it really crazy, like all the stuff that's happening right now, and it doesn't even seem real. Like apparently there's talks. I don't know if this is Trump doing this or who's talking about this, but apparently there's talks about not taxing people who have held on to cryptocurrencies for like over a year. And I thought that that was just a dream, like, I thought that was in dream la la land, like, it's just something that people float around the internet, like, who would make that real, right? Like, all the people who don't have crypto, they would be so pissed because they'd be like, "Why is it that you can hold onto crypto for over a year and then not be taxed when I have to be taxed on, like, all my capital gains," right? Like, if you do stocks. So, I don't really think that that could ever happen, and if it does happen, I feel like there will be a huge revolt in America from all the people who still millions of people who do not have cryptocurrency. Um, so yeah, apparently that's in the talks. I don't remember seeing or hearing Trump say it like in an actual interview or seeing him tweet about it. But then again, there's just a lot going on where I can't even keep up. Like sometimes I hear stuff and it is real, but then like I'll go and look on his like on Trump's X and then I can't see it. So yeah, just a ton of stuff. And at one point, I don't know if you guys like get shipments from China or whatever, but there's a thing called the de minimis. I think it's a de minimis tax or something. So let me just read this. So it's Trump administration closes the door on China skirting US tariffs through de minimis shipments. So it's spelled DEMINIMIS. So it's kind of like the minimum is kind of how I remember it. I just think of it as like when you're getting stuff from China, if it's under, I think like $800, don't quote me, you're not taxed like as much. And then I think at one point, right when he got into office, that was changing, but then I heard it became like a total mess, like just at the airports and everything. So then they stopped that again, but then people have fear that it's going to be brought back, this de minimis tax. So anyways, this is an article from February 4th. So this is old, but this says thanks to President Trump's recent actions on tariffs, China will no longer be eligible to avoid US tariffs by trading under America's de minimis policy. The Trump administration announced on February 1st that it would revoke the de minimis privilege for all imports from China. Ways and Means Committee Chairman Jason Smith issued the following statement on the Trump administration decision to revoke the use of de minimis for China. President Trump is ensuring that China can no longer avoid applicable tariffs simply by exporting packages with relatively low values. The Ways and Means Committee has spent significant time investigating the use of de minimis by China and other nations to undermine our trade enforcement tariffs and skirt compliance with US law. The effect of increased abuse of the de minimis privilege has been to deny the US government collection of billions of dollars in additional revenues while unfairly disadvantaging American manufacturers. Legislation the committee adopted last year would have ended the privilege for nearly 70% of imports from China. strengthening the effectiveness of Section 301 tariffs that President Trump previously authorized. The Trump administration is leaving no stone unturned when it comes to restoring some backbone to America's trade policies. China has long exploited the de minimis privilege to undercut U.S. manufacturers and retailers by flooding markets with low cost goods and skirting custom enforcements. The number of Chinese imports coming into US under the de minimis policy has surged in recent years from 208 million packages in 2018 to more than 640 million in 2023. I wonder if that's clearly because of all the TikTok packages and the Shan packages and the Temu packages. But anyways, it continues. A 208% increase over just 5 years. This prompted the Ways and Means Committee to investigate the matter and approve legislation last year. The End China's De Minimis Abuse Act, introduced by Congressman Greg Murphy, MD NCO3, that would curb the flow of such shipments from China by eliminating the use of de minimis for goods subject to Section 301 tariffs or other U.S. trade remedies, including national security tariffs. Congressman Murphy, MD, issued the following statement. President Trump is taking bold action to ensure America is not ripped off in our trade relationship with China. I am particularly grateful to see the de minimis privilege, which allows Chinese companies to avoid paying duties on goods under $800, has been suspended. We must ensure a fair playing field for American businesses to compete and end the abuse of our trade laws. So anyways, from my understanding, I guess this way of China shipping stuff to America, as long as it's under $800 and not paying taxes, from my understanding, it was always the case in the past. And then right when he got into office, when he came up with all the 25% tariffs for Mexico, 25% tariffs for Canada, around that same time, they were talking about this de minimis tax. But then I heard that it was such a mess everywhere that then they had to pause it. And people are just kind of like thinking, is that going to be brought back? And who knows, maybe in time when they figure out like the logistics, because you can't, like, I feel like with something big like that, you would probably need more time to have whoever's in charge and all these different like organizations to figure it out exactly what to do with all the shipments coming in from China and ongoing shipments coming in from China. So I don't know, it's going to be pretty crazy. And if you are like, this just affects everybody, right? Because everyone's saying how tariffs at the end of the day, it just affects everyone, because it's not just like, oh, it's better for the country once you start taxing like Canada and Mexico, because at the end of the day, when Americans want these goods and other Americans are charging for a way higher amount, or there's just not enough American businesses that are capable of providing, for example, as many avocados as needed, that once upon a time an American business owner maybe got it from Mexico, or if you buy stuff from China and you're a reseller here in America, like all those things do at the end of the day end up affecting Americans and not for the good of it, because then you're paying higher for everything. So yeah, I'm not an economist, so maybe at the end of the day, Trump and his team are figuring out something that is different. But for now, all these tariffs, it's just gonna hurt everybody, because like Trudeau said, he's also gonna retaliate. So if you're gonna, as America, you're gonna go and charge higher taxes to another country, then yes, they'll do it right back to you. And at the end of the day, it's not gonna be like politicians that are hurting. It's gonna be the average person who maybe is getting stuff for really cheap online, whether you're getting it from like, I don't know, China or whatever, or Mexico. I don't know who's getting cheap stuff from Canada. I'm not. But yeah, you're obviously going to be paying more money now. And everything at the end of the day, companies that have to pay more money, they're just going to charge it to the consumers. So I don't see inflation coming down anytime soon, like consumer inflation. And it's already really, really bad. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just going to rant about how I feel like during the pandemic, it was like a different vibe. Like people were freaking out more like, okay, are we gonna have like, is there gonna be toilet paper like in the stores in the next few months? Are we gonna have like shortage of that, masks, hand sanitizer, like all this stuff? But now I think and like obviously throughout it there was a lot of inflation too, but I think inflation is just so much worse now from just coming off of 2024 to 2025, like going to the grocery store. I think that's always been a meme where people are like, oh my god, like buying thousands of dollars of like stocks doesn't really hurt, but then when you go to the grocery store and you spend like $200, like you're like, oh, it hurts. I think I feel that meme more so now than ever, and I think it started with eggs, but now it's not so much eggs anymore. It's just like, it's just everything. Going to the grocery store, like, I was, like, watching this old episode of, like, this TV show called Gilmore Girls. It's about a mom and a daughter, and I think it's from the early 2000s or maybe, like, the end of, like, either beginning of 2000s or end of 1999 or 1990 or something, but it's a very old show, and so this one episode I was just rewatching, and, these so the mom and the daughter, they got, like, I think, like, 2 huge bags of groceries or, like, 3 huge bags of groceries, plus, like, candy and snacks and stuff like that, and it was, like, $40, and then they were, like, saying that that was, like, really, really expensive, and I'm just thinking, like, 2, 3 bags of grocery nowadays or even snacks, because like, ice cream and all that stuff, like, candy is, like, no longer cheap anymore, even when I go to, like, the bargain cheaper marketplaces, um, yeah, that'd be, like, easy $100. It's just like I could close my eyes and easily spend $100 at any grocery store, whether I go to the cheap ones or I don't even go to places like Erewhon. Like, living in LA, like, yeah, there's Erewhon, like, you can get, like, a $20 smoothie, and I mean, if you go to Erewhon, you obviously are paying, like, the $19 for a strawberry or whatever. That's clearly viral on TikTok. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at it. There's a bunch of people buying these $19 strawberries. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit curious. I'm just too broke for it, but, like, hey, if you're really, really rich and you can't afford a $19 strawberry that I don't know if it tastes like the king of strawberries or something like that, but, yeah, I'd be down to try. I'd be down to try if it was, like, free. If I have to pay for it myself, I have to second guess myself, but, maybe it does taste good. Everybody's making it look like it tastes really, really good. Hi there, Patrick. Henry said hi too. No Diddy. Jay, hello. Still hard at work, I see. Yeah, I mean, I don't really consider this work. This is just me ranting. I'm hard at work on my e-commerce businesses, which is growing. So I do want to tell you guys that if you are interested in selling online, whatever it is, there's so many things that you could sell online. I feel like people always tell you anything that you start new on, like whether it's YouTube or, whether you want to be like a content creator or if you want to start like a small business or an in real life business, everything I hear constantly, like I have friends who want to open up cafes and you just hear people saying like, oh, it's like just flooded, like the market's flooded with it. Like you're basically people are telling you like you're not going to do well because it's just so many people trying. I think that's like the biggest BS because pretty much I started to create like social media really, really late in my life. And then also I started really even later than that for like eBay and like e-commerce. And honestly, I feel like I am doing better than I thought I would because people had so much like to say about it and like saying that most likely it wouldn't succeed just because it's super flooded. And I'm sure like a lot of people do fail too, but it's just about how much work you put in. Henry says, I was kind of like, why not 5 to 10% tariffs, not 20% right away? Isn't it like 25% though? And it's just, I don't know. It's actually in, right? Because there's just like a lot of back and forth when it comes to Trump. It's like, oh, okay, we're gonna do it. Okay, just kidding. Just talk to the president or just talk to Prime Minister of Canada, and then like we're gonna do it like 30 days later. I don't even know how long. It's like it feels like he's been in office for like 6 months, but really it's only been since January 20th. And then like for China, that was weird because he always says all this stuff. Oh, why is it so hot in here? Um, for China, I swear there's always these talks with like Trump and China and saying like, oh, okay, well, like basically we need to raise taxes. But then I thought there would be if Canada and Mexico is getting 25, I thought it'd make more sense that China would get like, I don't know, 30% or at least the 25. But then I heard that it was originally 10 and then now it got bumped up to like 20 or whatever. You just don't know like what's happening anymore. Oh, and then there's also the crypto summit, the first White House crypto summit that is supposed to take place March 7th. So that's tomorrow. And I'm just praying for crypto because right now crypto is just a total mess. Okay. I don't know what happened. It's just, such a short amount of time from when he got into office to now. But I want to say it was good for like 2 seconds and then now not so much. I'm not going to say that like with him being in office, like I feel like the next 4 years is just going to be terrible for crypto because I still believe in the 4 year cycle. Again, do your own DD. It's just what I personally believe in. So I think with Trump or had it been Biden, oh wait, sorry, it was Kamala, right? Had it been like anybody else, honestly, I don't think it would affect it if you believe in the 4 year cycle of Bitcoin and then all the altcoins following. And that's just what I believe in. So I feel like even though he was more pro crypto than Kamala was, and he is elected, even though right now it's bad. I think that doesn't matter who sat in office, if Bitcoin was going to moon in around like October, November of this year, it still would have. That's just my personal like opinion on it. But right now, let me refresh the page. We are still under 3 trillion for the overall global crypto market cap. It's at 2.89 trillion. Today is another downer day. Bitcoin is at 87,992. ETH is at 2,172 right now. XRP, honestly, I can't be too sad about it if you're an XRP. Once again, it's so much better than 2024, 2023. It's at $2.48. What else do we have? We got Solana at number 6 at 142. Cardano at 86 cents. Dogecoin number 9, 19 cents, which hooray for Dogecoin because honestly, I thought we'd be at 14 cents by now. Tron is at number 10. And this one's a little crazy. Okay, Pi, P-I. Did you guys notice that's all of a sudden number 11? This is the craziest coin. And it just goes to show like anything can happen in the world of crypto. And this is why I know I sound crazy by saying like I think Bitcoin can actually go to 1 million per coin. And hi there, Don. And I know how crazy it sounds sometimes when I tell people like, oh yeah, like I tell everyone, like all my close friends, they already know that I'm like, oh, I do plan on selling crypto if all goes well and everything's to the moon by the end of the year, like I'm hoping for and what I believed in for the past since I guess 2020 when I started buying crypto. I believe in the 4-year cycle. And by believing in it, I've been saying that this year, end of this year, 2025, I hope to have sold everything, like every single crypto that I own, besides the free ones that I get, like my little Cardsmith trading card redemption cards. Like if I scratch a whole Bitcoin here or I scratch an Ethereum or whatever, 2,500 Dogecoin, I'm keeping those. Like most likely I'm not going to get rid of it unless like, something crazy happens and I need it for emergency money, but I don't plan on getting rid of my crypto that I got for like that I won, but all the other ones that I use my hard-earned money to buy crypto on like all my different platforms, those ones that I hodled for life for, I'm probably going to sell those ones by the end of this year is the game plan. But even though I say this, I do think that I'm going to look back and possibly regret it because I pretty much believe that it just depends on time. And if I didn't need the money, which I do, like 10 years from now, I wouldn't be shocked if like the price of Dogecoin is like $3 or higher, right? So I just believe in crypto and I just think it's just crazy because you just don't know the timing. Sorry, I was talking about pi. So PI. It is so weird because this is around the time when was it? I think it's like 2018 or 2017. Forgive me on the timing, but I remember it was either 2018 or 2017. My SO told me about this thing called Pi and how he was like, oh, you could just like download this app on your phone and you can just mine Pi on your phone. And I was like, what? I thought you need like a computer. Like I thought you need like, I don't know, something intense. Like I didn't know anything about crypto back then. I just like bought Ethereum and XRP blindly. And I was like, oh, that's so weird. Like, is that even trustworthy? I'm like, where did this thing called PI, like this Pi coin or crypto come from? And he was like, oh, like, well, I'm just doing it. Like, you could check it out too if you want to. So then I got this app. And then I think every day you just like log in. And then it's like it's kind of like a referral based thing too, because like my SO referred me. So then I was under his umbrella. So then I think the company or the app knows when other people refer other people. And then so when I'm mining, I think my SO would get like a portion of whatever it is that I mined because he referred me. So, anyways, I've had this app for like I was mining on it, like literally logging in and like all you have to do to mine on your phone back then was like you just click a button to say you're mining. And I think it's like every 24 hours or something like that. But basically every day I would do it without any it was just like my SO wasn't like, oh, you're going to make so much money off of this. It was just like, oh, there's a chance that in case they do launch or whatever, you could then sell it for real money. So I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot. And then I think within like less than 2 years, I didn't hear anything about this Pi coin. So then I just stopped. I just stopped like trying to mine it. I didn't log into it anymore. Literally, it's just like this app that I never touch. And then all of a sudden now it's like number 11. And so what my SO told me to do is like, you you can go into your app if you are one of those people who actually was mining it, but it'll give you all the steps. I basically had to like do like my KYC and like update everything and put in like my information. Thank God they don't ask for your social or anything like that because then I'd be a little bit worried. But I put in all my information and I guess now we're just waiting to see if they actually send me my coins. I don't have that much, but I do have more than 2,000. So if it is currently, I think this Pi coin is at, let's see here, $1.77. So for all my mining and all my clicks, if I have 2,000, let's say it goes to $2, that's like 4 grand for me just like doing something I didn't really know what was happening like years ago. Um, Oh, 1,500. Nice, Dawn. Oh my gosh, you have it too. That's wild. I don't know many people that have it. So let me know down in the comment section below if you are one of those people that have Pi, because I don't know anybody else that has it. Henry says, I was very happy when like a month ago Pi was worth over 60. What? But hovering around 2 gives a shit. I didn't even like hear about Pi. I didn't even see Pi until just like now, which is crazy. And yesterday I did all like that verification stuff. So again, I'll believe it when I actually have it. So Dawn, did they like actually send it to you yet? Like, can you transfer out and sell it, or it's something you can't sell yet? $100 bill is a new $20 bill. Jay says, yeah, pretty much. It's rough. Yeah, I can't keep up with what's going on. Some bot. Sergio, the 4-year cycle may still be a thing, but all things point to shorter alt season. Many factors, so take some profits and don't just wait for the moon. Yes, I'm gonna try my best to do that. I mean, I already told you guys that like I think I've been in it since 2020. It's not like a decade or whatever, but honestly, like I'm I feel like I've been through war. Like crypto war. It's not, it shouldn't be called crypto winter. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of punches in there. I feel like when you don't sell, when you do hold on for the moon. So I've held on for the moon for more than just Dogecoin. I think like a lot of people just and my own friends just see it as like, oh my God, like, oh, Lucy held on to Dogecoin. But no, I actually held on to a lot of random stuff. And I held on to a lot of things, including a lot of stocks that I should have just sold at the top. But then again, hindsight 2020, you don't know when is the top until it starts falling from the top. Um, but yeah, that is definitely a lesson I am still learning. Again, end of this year. That's my mark. End of this year, I feel like a lot of coins, whether I've held it for 1 year, 2 year, or 4 years, I think it's time to get rid of a lot of it and just do like a little refresher. Even if I know I'm probably going to sell it and then it's going to go up higher. And so goes for a lot of stocks that people who sold like Tesla stock a couple years back or during the pandemic probably regretted it because it ended up just going higher and higher. It's just something you have to deal with in life. If there are real life items like a house or a car or I don't know, your tuition that you have to pay for. So there's just a lot of things that I have to pay for that unfortunately I just have to be at peace with the fact. And I think that's the hardest part, to make peace with the fact that you are getting rid of something that you know could go up higher in value for something else that you may want or need in the moment. But then also, I guess it's important to know how badly you want that item to trade something that may be worth so much more in the future. But I believe I can do it. It's just, oh yeah. So anyways, uh yeah, I don't know what's going on with crypto right now, but despite all this craziness that is going on, I mean, I think a lot of people are like just weirded out by everything and thinking that the stock market and the crypto market is going to crash under Trump. I actually feel the opposite, just because I feel like there is no real reason for him to want to destroy crypto. If anything, he has a lot more, there should be a lot more motivation for him and his children for that matter. That, from my understanding, nobody hates crypto in the Trump family. I don't see why there would be any incentives for the fam, and mainly our POTUS, to destroy crypto. So I think even though things are kind of terrible right now, it should get better. And I think it's just literally a couple words or summits away and like a just kind of like a reveal at any given point. Like it could happen in June, it could happen in September, it could happen next year. It's literally like on a whim, on whatever he's feeling whenever he wants to send everything to the moon, because this Bitcoin strategic reserve that I think a lot of people believed was America buying more Bitcoin for, like spending actual money, taxpayer money to go and buy more crypto for, that is still not happening. Because now he released this new information, and I'm like, I don't know. It seems like this new information we're getting about this Bitcoin strategic reserve is that they're just going to be using like what we already know America has, which is all of their seized crypto. So just seized assets. And that is not what is going to take crypto to the moon. So I don't know if they're going to maybe change that later on. And this is just what they're saying now. Maybe later on things will change. But I guess we'll do a little poll. And if you miss this live stream, let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you think USA will purchase, okay, so not just use what's already there, which we know they already have. Do you think America will purchase more BTC with tax dollars? Yes or no? Again, it may not be this year. That's still ideal. Like, I'm sure that's what Michael Saylor wants. That's what Michael Saylor recommends in all his interviews. And when people ask him, like, what, like, how do you think certain countries like Japan can improve like their economy? And he's just like, buy crypto, buy Bitcoin, not crypto, actually, just Bitcoin. But let me read to you guys. This is a Reddit post. Trump signs executive order. This is today. This is 6 hours ago. Under subreddit cryptocurrency. Trump signs executive order to establish strategic Bitcoin reserve. People are saying we're dipping because the government isn't buying any new Bitcoin, just renaming what they already have to the strategic Bitcoin reserve. And then we have someone else saying the secretaries of Treasury and Commerce are authorized to develop budget neutral strategies for acquiring additional Bitcoin. Someone else says, provided that those strategies have no incremental costs on American taxpayers. What does this mean? It's okay to buy Bitcoin as long as it doesn't cost anything, question mark. Oh, man. Hold on. Let me see. Yes, they won't be pumping your bags, just hodling what they already have. Something Biden did without calling it a reserve. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember if he ever said, like, I don't know if before he was elected, he actually said that they're going to be buying with new money. And now this is just going back on his word. So let me know if you remember what Trump has said in the past. But I just assumed, but you know what they say about assuming. I just thought that people wanted him to be like the president for crypto. Or if you're like part of the crypto community, I think people were rooting for him in hopes that he would be buying more crypto. Like, isn't that the whole point? Because you're just, yeah, labeling it as the Bitcoin strategic reserve, but America already had it. Doesn't really count. And if you don't buy more coins, it's not going to be a higher demand, which the price isn't going to go up. But again, you just never know with this person, okay? You just don't know what he's going to do. So maybe this is what he's doing now, but then like 2-3 months from now, it's going to be like, whoop-de-doo. I realize that this is not going to actually help Bitcoin, and America has to be first for Bitcoin. And then we're going to buy more Bitcoin. Like, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. It's just, it could be all part of a larger plan is what I'm hoping for. But right now, overall, on the day, it's still down by 4%. For some reason, the fear and greed index moved more towards green, and now it's at 30. So it's more of like in the orange mark, whereas it was more in the red before. But yeah, it's nuts, man. This whole thing. Pay somehow still at number 36. I don't know. It's just all around pretty red. And I think all the countries are just kind of freaking out at what's happening. So this is from CNBC. This is March 6th. Cryptocurrencies decline as Trump's U.S. Bitcoin reserve plan falls short of expectations. Cryptocurrencies fell Thursday night after President Donald Trump signed an executive order creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve for the United States and separately a digital asset stockpile. The price of Bitcoin was last lower by 3%. investors initially dumped their coins at the notion of the US having no immediate planned purchases of Bitcoin per the order against the backdrop of major weakness in equities. So yeah. But again, I think this is also funny that this is announced like the day before tomorrow, which is the crypto summit, and then you just don't know what's happening. Oh, and I was watching, so 2 days ago, it was uploaded on CNBC. I think they were interviewing some dude from Kraken. I haven't really used Kraken in the last couple of months. But anyways, Kraken is also very big. But I think they were interviewing somebody from Kraken. I don't know if he's a CEO. Honestly, didn't pay too much attention. But I just remember the part where the lady was like, "Oh, so you guys going to like the White House first crypto summit?" And he's like, "Oh, honestly, like we don't really know about it yet. Didn't really hear much about it yet." And I'm thinking like that's like 2 days ago, and it's supposed to be tomorrow. So how do you not know if you're gonna get invited? I don't know if the White House like does really late invites or whatever. Yeah, I wonder who's even gonna be there. Like I would think like Elon Musk would be there, or like at bare minimum Michael Saylor, or that dude that he labeled like the crypto czar. Is it David Sachs? Yeah, I just don't know. Or if this is gonna be like broadcasted. Do we get to see what goes on? There's a lot of question marks. I wish things are easier, like with the government. I feel like there's just a lot of question marks, blanks, WTFs. And it's just so weird. Hi there, Raw Food Writer. Oh, you guys are like up late today. US holders cannot sell at the moment. Oh, okay. We're talking about Pi, right? Yeah, you got to do the KYC and everything. Already did it. So we'll see. We'll see if so. First off, I want to get my Pi. I'll let you guys know either through X or here. But first, I got to get my Pi and then wait till you are allowed to sell it and then see if by the time I sell it, it'll be worth $2 or even less. Obviously, you want Pi to be even better. And I think right now, if I do sell it, though, it'll probably be at a low just because the overall trajectory of crypto is not that great. 83% says yes for the poll. Do you think US will purchase more BTC with tax dollars? But I guess we'll just find out like which year that will be, because it may not even be this year, right? Because honestly, I wouldn't put it past Trump to be like next year, or he's around for 4 years, right? We're in these 4 years, and I just think it's gonna be just absolutely nuts. Let's hope that in the end of all this nuttiness, that it ends up okay. I got a notification Dogecoin's up. Okay, it's like over 20 cents. It's over 20 cents now. It hurts to think that it was literally at 40, was it at 48 cents? I think that was the last I've seen Dogecoin in recent highs. I think that was last year. Yeah, I think that was last year, 48 cents. And that was the best of it. Then it just kept on going down. Hi there, Air the Dream Giver. I'm live streaming from Vegas. How is Vegas? Which hotel are you staying at? I love asking people like what their favorite hotel is. I'm hearing most people telling me now that they like Wynn the best. I haven't been to Wynn in a long time, so I got to go back and make my decision on which one's my favorite. But garden wise, it's for sure Bellagio for me. You have to check out the Bellagio garden. We would need a sales pitch. Hi there, Iron. Welcome. So yeah, guys. Oh, did anybody win the Robinhood? Like, okay, so today they did the Robinhood Gold members only trivia. If you don't know what I'm talking about, use my link top of the stream and get your gold, Robinhood Gold. But what's it called? So Robinhood did this new thing. I actually applaud them for it because it is actually so smart. Great marketing on Vlad Tenev's end. So Robinhood, starting yesterday, they did their first ever like trivia quiz. Nobody knew what was going on. I think like they just pretty much were like, "Oh, make sure you're like on the app for like some type of a $1 million Bitcoin drop." And so you go into the app and it's like this high resolution man. I think I don't know if he's a comedian. Let me know if you know. I don't know who he is, or an actor. Looks like an actor slash comedian. But then you have this dude starting off like a trivia quiz on like Bitcoin and stock market questions for everybody, anybody who was a user of Robinhood. That was yesterday for a piece of 1 million in Bitcoin. But it was so quick. And like I tried my best, but I lost. And if you lose yesterday, anybody who lost yesterday, it was like, I think it was like 10 or 12 questions, like multiple choice, kind of like who wants to be a millionaire type of thing. But there was only 3 options, so I guess it's not that hard, but it was still hard for me. Yesterday, you had to have won to the very made it to the very end, answer every question right, then you get a piece of 1 million in Bitcoin, and I saw, like, I think over 600 people won, which they each get, like, I think, like, 1,500, $1,600 ish in Bitcoin. So I'm so jealous of those people. And then after that ended, and I was like, "Oh, man, it's over, I'm never gonna win." Then they announced within the app that tomorrow, which is today, same time, 1:45 PM, they did another one, but only for gold members. So obviously it was like a great, I think it was great marketing for incentivizing people that aren't already gold members on Robinhood. I already am. So obviously I was a part of today's trivia. So it was another trivia round today, but at the very least, and I think honestly, they should just do this every single time for people who are participating, which will incentivize people to just participate. But for all gold members today, I lost again. Um, I still think it's fun though, even though I lost. But I lost again today. And losers, even if you lost, as long as you participated, you were still able to get like $2 worth of Dogecoin. And I love them for actually having lots of like Dogecoin questions. So yesterday, in case you missed it, I'll let you know. Most of the questions I would say are pretty easy. But then I failed on some other questions. There was just one question yesterday. I'm so mad at myself for getting it wrong. It was okay, it was multiple choice. And it was like, which of the stock market ticker symbols do not belong in here? And DIS was one of them, which I knew was Disney. Better be. And then there's two more. One was like SPS, and then the other one was like SKR or something like that. And I didn't know which one, if it was SKR or SPS that didn't belong in it. Again, don't quote me because I think I might be saying it wrong. Um, but yeah, I got that one wrong because I think I clicked SPS because I was just running out of time because you literally get like barely any time to decide. And then I think no, I chose SKR, but then I think the right answer of the ticker symbol that doesn't exist was like SPS or something. So I was so mad at myself. That one I got wrong. But even if I got that one right, there were other questions later on that I wouldn't have passed. And then today I also realized there was 3 questions I couldn't answer, but it just goes to show like sometimes you just have to go with your gut feeling. The one that I messed up on today was when was the I think it was New York Stock Exchange created, and the answer I chose was 1913, but then in the back of my head I was like, oh, I don't think that's right because I think that's when it's either the Securities Exchange Commission? I think that's actually when it was created. Like something 1913 was like one of the regulators, but not actually like the New York Stock Exchange. So, anyways, I got that one wrong. I don't know if it was like the 1700s or is it the 1800s? I don't know. I got that one badly wrong. But then I wouldn't have made it into the end because the last question was the craziest question. It was like, which one of these, I think, was it stocks performed the best for like 2024? And but for like a quarter of 2024 or something. And I was going to choose, well, I knew Nvidia felt like a trap, like it shouldn't be Nvidia, but people would be picking Nvidia and it wasn't Nvidia. And there was 2 other stocks and I didn't know either of those stocks. And I think it ended up being AppLovin. I think that's what it's called, but I don't know anything about it. So, anyways, yeah, I'm still bummed out about it, as you can see. I just really want to win a trivia. But being on it, I'm reminded that, sometimes you think you'd be really great at something, but you're not. Like, I love watching trivia shows, and I always think to myself, like, oh, it's so easy. Like, how could these people not get it right? But when you're actually doing it and you're timed and you only have so much time, you just get so nervous and like all my anxiety flares up. And even when you think you know the answer, you like second guess yourself. So yeah, I think after playing these Robinhood trivia games, I still love it. I'm still gonna keep trying. Hopefully, if they keep doing it later on. But oh yeah, there's more drops by the way. So go ahead and check it out if you haven't already. Use my link if you want to get Robinhood Gold because I'm pretty sure whenever they do these trivia games for the basic accounts, they're obviously gonna, do more giveaways for the gold members. And I have my Robinhood Gold credit card, so I get 3% off everything. So that's why another incentive for me to have Robinhood Gold. But yeah, I'm not gonna give up. But I do finally understand that it is really hard for trivia winners. And I think you're really intense if you can like destroy trivia with like full confidence. And I also teaches me I need to practice more on like Just fun facts, like fun facts and stocks and crypto. Just because I like it. Like, I feel like I knew most of the answers. Oh, I also would not have gotten the answer to okay, so we know the current Fed chair is Jerome Powell, right? And I think I know the last guy's name. It starts with a B, but they're gonna say it wrong. Bernanke? Bern Bernanke? Something along those lines. Okay, that was a previous dude before Jerome Powell, started with a B. But in the question they did today, they made it so hard. One of the questions was, who of one of these people was the chair, like one of the former chairs of the SEC? And it had like these two names that I've never heard of. And then I think Roosevelt. And I was like, it's probably not Roosevelt. But then it was still like a 50-50 decision. So yeah, that one was also hard. And I don't know when they were ever the chair of the Federal Reserve. I don't know if that was like forever ago, but it was definitely Ben Bernanke. Is that his name? I think that's okay. You know what? I'm just gonna search it. That sometimes names just pop up to me. Usually, if I don't know it, I don't. Bernanke. Ben Shalom Bernanke is an American economist who served as the 14th chairman of the Federal Reserve from 2006 to 2014. Bam. Okay. Yeah, but his name was not on there. So that's why I didn't get it. If his name was there, I would have gotten it. Let's see, I have a feeling tomorrow will be a good day for crypto. I hope so. I am praying, guys. Yeah, honestly. We need like a win. We need like 7 weeks straight of just crypto to the moon. I want to be hearing like random poopy coins that I'm not even invested in going to the moon, people making millions of dollars, because that type of stuff just makes me happy. I don't like this current, like every other week new drop and getting notifications that something else, Alana just dropped another 5% or blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't like it. I mean, I know this is where we're headed towards another cycle, anyways, in the end, but I just don't think we hit the top yet. I'm excited. I still think the top is coming and then the bottom. So we can't be delusional in thinking that, like, even if Bitcoin hits like 150,000 a coin, hopefully at least that point this year, it's not like it's gonna go to like a million without dropping back down like another 30-40% or God knows what. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I gotta go back to work on other things in life. You know, can't just depend on crypto to buy a house here. But thank you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing, smashing the like button, supporting me, commenting on my videos. You know, every little bit counts. And I just want to say I really, really appreciate you. I do try to read most of the comments that are nice. Just don't respond back to the mean ones. I try not to anymore. But yeah, if you have the time to watch my videos, to share them with your friends and family, really appreciate you. And if you don't have time and you see it, like it, commenting on it always helps. So thank you guys. Take care. Bye, everybody. I hope you have a lovely night or day wherever you are. And let's hope for the best tomorrow. Who knows the heck's going to happen at this crypto summit? I mean, maybe this is just like my unwavering positivity, but I think the fact that we heard this technically negative news of this Bitcoin strategic reserve not really being a Bitcoin strategic reserve that we were all hoping for, maybe this is like a bear trap. And then people are going to hope that Bitcoin drops, but then it could do like a total reversal tomorrow when they announce something else crazy. I don't know. I'm just being super hopeful, but hopefully it happens. Bernanke, yes, Ben Bernanke. I just Googled him. So that was a former chair. And I was just saying that I just remember him, but I don't know any other former Fed chairs. And that's why I lost the game on Robinhood. But I hope one of us can win one day, you know? Maybe if they do like another trivia thing, um, I'll do like a live stream and I'll like shout out my answers to you guys. So if I get it wrong, you know, maybe one of you guys will get it right. Take care. See you soon. And smash the like button. Bye.